All right, so here we are back on. Unfortunately, we had to come into a separate feed. All right, we should be back on live. I apologize about that. Again, some of the technical issues I really can't control. But nonetheless, here we are. We're back on. I'm only going to be on for about another 10 minutes before I have to break away. Have a 1:15 commitment that I have to get ready to. I want to apologize for those who got bumped off, as did I during my feed. I am actually working through the county system right now, and from time to time I do have glitches, and one of my priorities is to get that system upgraded, particularly in the commissioners' meetings where we're actually live streaming off of a computer, where again we need to go ahead and ensure that we're utilizing high quality cameras, high quality microphones to ensure maximum interaction with the voters and residents of Carbon County. Mostly during this time when personal attendance at these types of meetings, I can't say it's discouraged, but again, individuals might be apprehensive about being in a small space with a dozen individuals or so. So always trying to be conscientious of individuals, and therefore, in the absence of individuals being in the room, we need to ensure that we're bringing that coverage of the commissioners' meetings directly to you. Like I said, I have about 5 more minutes. If you want to give me a call now or in the future, 570-503-6780. Likewise, you can email me at, let's see, clukasevich@carboncounty.net. Those are probably the most direct ways to get in contact with me. With the phone number, 5:30 to 7:30 is kind of the off-limit time when I really set that down for a couple hours. Other than that, pretty readily available as the schedule permits. So again, our good commissioners meeting ran a little long, but we had Owen O'Neill from Lanta who was discussing some changes in our Carbon County Community Transit program. I'm just running through the agenda here quick to see what other large or significant motions were passed or adopted. Now there was one, and this is going to connect to the 5.79 million CB, the 5.79 COVID-19 Relief County Block Program. And I'm looking, I can see a portion of my dry erase board off to my right, and I was looking at the process for that $5.79 million of grant money and how that's going to play out. So what the expectation is right now in regards to that COVID-19 Relief County Block Grant money that the county has, we're forming up 4 committees. These 4 committees one will focus on municipality applicants, another one businesses under 100 and entities that support business or economic development. That'll be a second committee. Third committee will be tourism of less than 100 employees, and then one for 501c3s and 501c19s. So you'll have these 4 committees that will form up. And there are some other loose outside of those 4 categories that are also able to apply for the COVID-19 Relief County Block Grant. But again, the majority we expect to come into those 4 categories. So those 4 committees, how is the process? What's the timeline that we can foresee at this point? Again, now this is truly just tentative, but what we can foresee occurring is between now and Friday, we've asked the committee leads. So the committee lead for municipalities will be Kara Scott. She's from the Council of Government, and she's also a representative from Bowmanstown. Businesses under 100, CCEDC, Kathy Henderson will lead up that committee. Tourism, and there actually is no limit on the size of that. I believe it's up to 500 based on the federal, but at the state they did further reduce that. That's going to be led by Marlon Kistner. Nonprofits will be Sharon Alexander of the Carbon County Community Foundation. They'll bring together about 5 individuals each, and they'll identify those teams by Friday. We are currently gathering information to develop a universal application, which will be available online. We're targeting 15 July to have the application online, with applications required to come back to the commissioners by about the 1st of August. Again, these are all tentative timelines. So here's how the process is going to play out, right? Right now we're developing the 5 committees. On or about 15 July, the applications will be placed online, emailed out, placed on social media, the websites, provided out to potential applicants. On 1 August will be the suspense date for those applications to come back in to our, I'm going to call it the BCAG, which is really the control administrative group for the block grant, or BGAC, block grant administrative folks. So that block grant administrative group, once they receive the applications, they'll do a first vetting and a quality assurance, quality control, completeness review. Then they will take them in a week or so, and they will forward all the applications to their respective committees. The respective committees that I previously identified will then go ahead, do their assessment, review the applications, prioritize them, and provide back to the block grant administration cell a prioritized list of applicants. There'll be a final quality control, quality assurance, kind of a tracking gate placed in there, and then those applications in a prioritized fashion will be provided to the Board of Commissioners for consideration of the grant. Once those grants are approved, they'll go to fiscal for disbursement, and I foresee by the beginning to mid-September, the first checks will go out. I think a critical aspect of this is going to be the transparency part of that. So what my expectation is that county residents should see, both on Carbon County Commissioner's Facebook page, in addition to our website, carboncounty.com, early next week, you should see placement on the website of committees, who the committees are, the members of each committee, which area they will be responsible for in regards to application categories. Then secondly, you should also see the application process, or the entire process from A to Z, how we foresee it at this time playing out, maybe with some tentative timelines on there. Then, as the Board of Commissioners receive, or our BGA, our Block Grant Administration, receives the application regularly online, what should be visible to the public is the entity, be it a business, a 501c3, 19, whatever the case may be, who is applying, how much are they requesting, and their justification for that. So again, that information is provided to the public so they understand the process, who is applying, and eventually once it is either approved or disapproved, they should see that in addition to the amount that has been dispersed to that specific entity. So that's more or less how we see that playing out. So I'm going to get ready to cut away here, but I have posted there in the comments section my phone number, 570-503-6780. I've also provided my email address, which is direct, clukasevich@carboncounty.net. So feel free, give me a call, drop me an email, have any questions, concerns, or issues that I need to address. I do want to leave you with one final thought. Now through 30 June, swimming is free for Carbon County residents at Mock Chunk Lake Park. Swimming, access to the swimming area and camping is restricted to Carbon County residents only. It's a great time to enjoy your park, and I would ask that if you have an opportunity, get your families out there, enjoy it. We're keeping the capacity at 75%. So normally where there'd be 800 to 1,000 people on the beach, allowed on the beach, that capacity has been capped at 600. So it really makes for a higher quality experience out there at Mock Chunk Lake Park. Now we will keep those numbers at 75%, but come 1 July, we will be welcoming non-county residents again. So it is likely, mostly if it's a really nice day, warm day, that we'll reach capacity sooner. So again, take advantage of the opportunity now to get out there and enjoy Mock Chunk Lake Park. After this season, we'll look at ways where we can ensure that you as a county resident has a greater probability of access and can have a more enjoyable experience out at Mock Chunk Lake Park. More to follow in that after this current summer season ends, when I can make some recommendations for consideration to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. Again, I'm Chris Lukasevich, Carbon County Commissioner. I want to thank those who've had an opportunity to tune in now live. For those who will watch this subsequently, if you have any questions on anything, to include which has been highlighted here, please give me a call, drop me an email. Take care. Have a great afternoon.